Hello guys! Today I want to show you a multi-channel audio metering solution I realized with Macs. Perhaps you have experiences with other multi-channel metering solutions, for instance with Digi from RME, which is a very good tool. The only problem is that Digi only works with hardware from RME. So because I myself own two S16 stage boxes from Behringer and an X32 compact mixer as well. And from time to time I'm going to do recordings without the mixer, only with the S16 and my laptop and DN9630 by Clark Tech, which is an AES50 to USB converter. I had the problem when monitoring through my DAW. Of course I am going to use the faders for monitor mixing, and as soon as I'm going to do this, the level indicators within the DAW of course doesn't show the incoming signal but the signal post fader. So I decided to find a solution, and I found one. Perhaps you're interested in that tool. You can find the link in the description below, and now I'm going to show you how it works. Within the download folder, I'm going to provide you with my link. You are going to find three subfolders: level meter 1 to 32, 1 to 16 and 17 to 32. I'm going to start with 1 to 32. When you open the folder, just double click the exe file. And this is what's going to happen. You have got the multi-channel display, and you have got the large max runtime window, which we can close because we don't need this. The first I have to mention is I decided to leave it at 32 channels. The application is able to work with every audio hardware interface as soon as there is an appropriate driver. Mostly these are ASIO drivers, and in this case my application looks to the first 32 channels incoming from that hardware. So it's important to mention this standalone application looks towards the hardware and not towards any software. So it's not possible to measure audio coming from your DAW, for instance. This would made a plugin necessary, and this is not working as a plugin. It's a standalone application, and this only is looking towards the hardware. So the first thing you can do, and you have to do I think, is you can scale the window in two different ways. Over here you have got fixed scaling factors. When the application starts, the default is 1, which is the window I defined as 1. And they've got 0.4, we have got 0.75, 1, 1.5 are 2. Beside these fixed scaling factors, I'm going to back to 1 again, you can scale it manually. You have to press the window auto resize start button over here, and then you can resize it to every size you want according to your needs. When this button is pressed to stop, you can crop the window on the left and at the bottom, but I think mostly you are going to work in either fixed zoom factor or, press start again, a manually defined zoom factor. I'm going to take the fixed zoom factor 1 for the moment. I'm bringing the window to the middle. So the next thing you have to do is to open the audio setup interface by clicking open. The window is going to appear, in which you have to select your hardware driver. In my case it's the KT USB ASIO driver, and then you have to click on the little power button over here until it gets blue. And you see, as soon as I'm doing that, something is going to happen. I can close the window by pressing the X over there, or the W close button within the app. Should work. Doesn't. So we do it over there. And now we can see something happened. We see 8 channels coming in. Because I've got only 8 channels at the moment, I decided to plug into my unit the first 4 channels and the last 4 channels, so we can see channels 1 to 4 and 29 to 32. I think I bring it a little bit more to that's no good idea. We're leaving like this. The next thing you can choose is whether you want to operate with peak hold function or with no peak hold function. When the application starts, the peak hold is defined as off. You can see it. The red cross here is indicating peak hold is off. So this peak hold indication, the little red bar over here, is following the incoming level, and the maximum peak refresh time in milliseconds you can choose here. The default is 3000 milliseconds, 3 seconds, and we can go to larger values, of course, and you can see that it's taking more time until these peak indication refreshes. And you can go to very low values, and then the peak indication gets a little bit nervous. We bring it back to 3000, more or less. It's going to wake up with 3000 as a default when the application starts, and you can choose the refresh time you like to have, or you're going to uncheck this box, and then the application will work within the peak hold function. So you can see with a little bar where the actual peak is, and you can see it down here as a numeric indication. I can now make it a little bit larger. No, that one. So down here we can see the actual peak. It's minus 22 dBFS at the moment, and you see the red bar over here. So if you want to reset this, just check the box again, and the peak hold function is resetted. Yeah, so because from time to time I'm using only one of my units, I decided to provide a 16 channel application as well. Of course you could just uncheck this and cropping it like this, but it's not very nice. So I decided to provide, can bring it over here, make it a little bit smaller. Here we are. Provide a 1 to 16 channel application, and it's waking up like this. We're going to close the large next console window. We're doing a 0.75 scaling. We have here open the audio setup again, activate it, and you see what's going to happen. And I provide as well a 17 to 32 unit. Perhaps you want to spread these interfaces on 2 monitors. This is possible by using 2 units for 1 to 16 and the other one for 17 to 32. Same procedure, opening the interface unit, activating it. You see it's reflecting the same, of course, incoming circuits. It's also possible to have multi-instances of these multi-level indications. You just have to copy the exe file with a new name to the same folder and open it, and you can rename as many files as you want, and every new name file can open a new instance, reflecting, of course, the same incoming signals. So that's it. I hope it's not only useful for me, and I hope you have fun with it.